Alrighty, welcome into episode number 72 of Off the Clock Sports. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see a very, very miserable Braedon McNamara is back with me today. It is day two of the NFL draft tonight at 7 o'clock. We will start with the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock again with the 33rd overall pick. And we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys today. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, there was a big shocker at the 26th overall pick last night that we're going to get into, but Braedon is on with me today because his Philadelphia Eagles shocked the world last night with the 21st overall pick and took a guy that none of us thought was gonna go in the first round, and even I think people who didn't think they would go in the second round was a projected third round pick. But Braedon, why don't you tell the listeners how you're feeling today?
I am so I thought I felt better this morning, but now that I think about it more, I'm still so mad that they took Jalen Reagor with the 21st overall pick in the first round. What? Unbelievable. Justin Jefferson is still there, and you take Jalen Reagor. In what world? And, you know what? I might have been fine with taking Jalen Reagor had CeeDee Lamb not just been I'm going to two-step to the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, thank you very much. He's sitting right there. I'll take CeeDee Lamb. In what world at 16, Atlanta Falcons, they're good. They don't need a wide receiver. They got Calvin Ridley. They got Julio. They're not drafting a wide receiver. Everybody in the world knows this. You could trade with them the 21st pick and your second round pick or your third round pick, whatever, even Rasul Douglas because they needed a cornerback, and get the 16th spot and get CeeDee Lamb. But no, Jalen Reagor's the pick, so we're going to sit at 21. Jalen Reagor, let's some fun stats for you. In his 3 years at TCU, never had 1,000 yards. In his 3 years at TCU, never had more than 10 touchdowns. In his 3 years at TCU, I can't remember the number off the top of my head right now because I'm so freaking angry. Had a bunch of drops. Oh yeah, let's add another guy who can't catch the ball to the Philadelphia Eagles. That sounds like fun. Oh, and let's put the cream on the top of the cake here, on the top of the cupcake, or whatever the hell you want to call this crap pile. A draft choice this was for the first round pick. Now, don't get me wrong. I hope this guy just makes me look like a complete ass and makes me look like an idiot and becomes the best wide receiver in football. That's what I want. Don't get me wrong. I will hope nothing but success for this guy. But you cannot tell me that this guy is a first round pick, the 21st overall, and he's better than Justin Jefferson right out of college. He's just not. Anyways, to top it all off, the guy's 5'11". Hey, I don't know if you know this. Carson Wentz is 6'5". You know what else Carson Wentz does other than being 6'5"? He also overthrows his receivers quite a bit sometimes. He throws it pretty high. Zach Ertz, he broke his ribs because Carson Wentz threw a pass a little high. I love Carson Wentz, but his number one problem is he throws the ball too high. How's a 5'11" guy going to go up and get those balls that are above his head? Please tell me that. He says he's 5'11", but he plays like he's 6'4". You know what? I go to work. I go to work and I'm just me, but I'll go to work like I'm freaking the best worker in the world. It's no, it's not. At the end of the day, you are you. You can't change what you are. You are 5'11". You can jump as high as you want. At the end of the day, height matters. It just does. It just does. This guy is like Brandon Cooks, but worse. I didn't even know that was possible to me. And I just cannot stand the fact that at this spot, not only did we didn't trade up to go get CeeDee Lamb, who fell ridiculously low for some reason. Not only did we not do that, we then took this guy. We didn't take Kenneth Murray, a linebacker, which we desperately need, and we haven't drafted a linebacker in 17 years. No. Let's go get this guy that probably would have been there, like you said earlier, before we started recording, in the third round. I think he could have been there in the second round and probably would have been there by the 53rd pick, which is what we had. But no, we need to take him with the 21st overall pick. Mine is absolutely blown. I do not support this pick in the first round whatsoever. I cannot stand this. I am still angry. And thank you for bringing it up because I just am more angry than I was last night when I saw it. I was like, oh, Justin Jefferson, dope. You know what? I thought I was done. I'm not done yet. So
Go ahead, bud. It's all yours.
The Jets, okay? The Jaguars at 9 were the first team I thought that legitimately could take a wide receiver. They didn't. They took cornerback C.J. Henderson. Then the Browns, I was like, okay, well, they have Odell and they have Jarvis Landry. They're not taking a wide receiver. Then the Jets, 11. I was like, okay, if a wide receiver goes here, I'd understand it. Maybe try and trade up Howie. No, they took Mekhi Becton. I was like, yes, let's go. The wide receivers are falling. Then the Raiders came up. And I was like, there's no way the Raiders pass on a wide receiver. They don't. They take Henry Ruggs the third. And I'm like, fine with that. Because I'm like, Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb are probably better receivers than Henry Ruggs, but like it's like pick your poison at that point. You choose whoever you want. The Buccaneers, they go offense tackle, obviously. The 49ers, I'm like, okay, they need a wide receiver. They'll probably draft one here. They don't. They take Javon Kinlaw at 14. I'm like, sweet, this is getting better.
Traded back too.
Traded back to one spot. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers, sorry, weren't gonna take
the Patriots.
I know, really. The Buccaneers weren't gonna take a wide receiver, so everyone knew that. So for them, it was nothing, which is made it an even weirder trade. I don't know why they did that, unless they thought the Niners were gonna take an offensive tackle. Anyways, then the Broncos come up. You know the Broncos are taking a wide receiver. They have no wide receivers. Cortland Sutton's their only wide receiver, and he's not that good. So they draft Jerry Jeudy. I'm like, okay, CeeDee Lamb. The Atlanta Falcons are next. They don't need a wide receiver. They have Calvin Ridley. They have Julio Jones. You know the Cowboys love CeeDee Lamb. You know the Cowboys want CeeDee Lamb. Go move up to 16. You're at 21. That's only 5 picks. You're like the teams after you aren't going to take the like cornerbacks, which is what the Falcons ended up taking. Like AJ Terrell was not going to be taken by the Dolphins. Like, and he wasn't going to be taken by the Raiders, even though they did go cornerback. It's just like Terrell was not like a top name prospect. You could have had him at 21. You could have even given them, like I said, pieces for it, and they don't do it. And then the 17th pick comes overall, and I see Jerry Jones, and I see Mike McCarthy, and I see Jerry Jones laughing his ass off, and Mike McCarthy smiling, and all I think to myself is, I fucking hate my life. This old oil rig motherfucker is about to draft CeeDee Lamb, and there's nothing I can do about it. And what do I see? The Dallas Cowboys draft CeeDee Lamb, and I'm just like, what am I doing? Why do people think Howie Roseman likes to make trades and make deals? Because the only time he did was like the Super Bowl year that we had, and we got I can't think of his name now. Oh my God, Jay Ajayi midseason. Like that was like the one trade the guy made, and it's like, okay, cool. And everything else is like off-season, like free agent signing. It's like good for you. Like everybody does that. And like, it's just like, I can't believe in this guy. This screams to me JJ Arcega-Whiteside 2.0. We could have had DK Metcalf, but no, Arcega-Whiteside was the pick. Trust me. Like that's the guy. JJ Arcega-Whiteside was just irrelevant last year for us. DK Metcalf, pretty big, if I do say so myself. So this just screams it all over.
Going.
Yeah, this screams it all over again. We could have had Justin Jefferson. We took Jalen Reagor. It just seems to me like someone who thinks that they know more than everybody else does, and I'm just very sad. Like I said, at the end of the day, I want this guy to make me look like an ass. I want him to be better than what I'm saying I think he's going to be, because obviously I want the Eagles to do well, and I don't wish poorly for anyone. But just going off of what I've seen, off of stats, off of film, off of everything, this is just not a first-round pick.